Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel today. Today I'm talking to you about binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is a system of naming organisms in biology. It is applicable in microbiology, applicable in zoology, applicable in botany, plant biology, applicable in all areas of science, especially life science particularly. What does binomial nomenclature mean or imply? In simple terms, binomial nomenclature is a system of naming organisms using their generic name and their specific name. In the classification of organisms, there is a naming of organisms. You can use the generic name and the specific name. That is simply what binomial nomenclature means. Take for instance, the name of individuals in different parts of the world. Take for example Nigeria, where I'm recording from and where I live. Somebody may be named Chukwuma, Shiroma, Odunlade. That is not binomial nomenclature, that is trinomial nomenclature. But there's nothing called trinomial nomenclature. I'm just using it as an example. Why did I say trinomial nomenclature? Because it's made up of three names: Shiroma, Chukwuma, Odunlade. But assuming the name is Chukwuma Odunlade, that is binomial nomenclature. Assuming the name is Chiroma Abubakar, that is binomial nomenclature. Assuming the name is Matthew Mark, that is binomial nomenclature. Assuming the name is Abubakar Abdul Samad, that is binomial nomenclature because you use only two names. Only two names are involved in binomial nomenclature: the generic name and the specific name. Generic name is the genus name. In classification, there is the kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, then we have the genus and the species. So in binomial nomenclature, you take the name of the genus the organism belongs to. You call the name of the genus, then you now mention the specific name of the organism. For example, somebody may be bearing Oluwakemi Adetitun. The generic name, the family name there is Adetitun, while the specific name of the binomial nomenclature. Welcome back to binomial nomenclature. The first word of a binomial scientific name, which is also called generic name, is always capitalized. The first word only, the first letter is capitalized. The specific name is the second, and none of its letters are capitalized. The names, that is generic name and specific name, are written separately and they are italicized. If they are typed with a computer, they'll be written separately and they'll be italicized. But if they are written down with a pen on paper or on a blackboard or on a whiteboard or written anywhere with a hand, what will happen is that you write them separately and then you underline the names separately. You write them separately and then you underline the names separately. So that is talking about binomial nomenclature. On the board here, we have some names which are wrongly written. Number one is Staphylococcus aureus. You see this S in Staphylococcus is capital. All the other words, all the other letters are small letter. But in aureus, A is capital, U is capital, everything, aureus is capital, which is wrong. The correct is this way: everything small letter except the S in Staphylococcus, the S starting Staphylococcus. Now, apart from everything in small letter, apart from the first S, you see that it is underlined separately. There are other ways of writing binomial nomenclature wrongly, and if you write it in an exam for your lecturer or for your teacher, you'll be marked down, you'll be marked wrong. Number one here is wrong because the aureus is capital. Number two is wrong because the aureus, the A in aureus is capital. Number three is wrong because all the letters are capital, which is wrong. Number four is also wrong, even though only the S is capital, which ought to be right, but it is not underlined separately. So if you don't underline, because it's Latin, it's not English actually. This word Staphylococcus aureus. Welcome back. As I was saying, number 4 is properly written, but it's not underlined. Number 5 is wrong because STA is capital. STA is capital in Staphylococcus. ST and A are capitalized. Number 6 is wrong also because Staphylococcus is correctly written, but look at the aureus. The R is capital R, so that's wrong. Then number 7 is also wrong, even though it is underlined. Staphylococcus aureus, it looks correct, but look at the L in Staphylococcus is capitalized. So these are all wrong. The correct way to write this is Staphylococcus aureus. So this is the correct way to write it. This is the correctly written one. So you may be given any type like this that are wrong to rewrite. So if you are given these that are wrong, you will write it this way. You write it out and put the generic name separate and the specific name also separated. As earlier mentioned, I have some exercise for you here. I've wrongly written Escherichia coli, number 1, Entamoeba histolytica, wrongly written, Proteus vulgaris, wrongly written, Mucormycedo, wrongly written, Rhizopus solonifer, wrongly written. So in this Rhizopus, there's S after U. So please do that, just add that, then write it correctly. You write it correctly, and you watching on YouTube, you can just write it in the comment section below. So you do that, and then we continue with the subject matter after this break. So take time to do that immediately and put it in the comment section below. Thank you. Carolus Linnaeus started binomial nomenclature. The genus name and the specific name, such as Rosa canina, the dog Rose. Some scientists have proposed binomial nomenclature much earlier, but it was not widely accepted. Taxonomy is a branch of science concerned with naming and classifying or grouping organisms. Carolus Linnaeus, a Swedish naturalist, is known as the father of taxonomy. Why is that so? Because in the 1700s, he developed a system for naming and organizing species that is still used today. His two most significant contributions to taxonomy were as follows. Number 1, classification system that is hierarchical, in hierarchy. So we have the kingdom, we have the phylum, we have the class, we have the order, we have the family, we have the genus, we have the species. Then number 2 is binomial nomenclature system, a two-part naming method. Linnaeus amassed approximately 40,000 specimens of plants, animals, and shells during his lifetime. He thought it was critical to have a consistent method of classifying and naming species. So in 1735, he published the first edition of Systema Naturae, the System of Nature, a small pamphlet that explained his new system of nature classification. He continued to publish Systema Naturae editions with more named species. Linnaeus used his binomial nomenclature system to name 4,400 animal species and 7,700 plant species. The most important edition of Systema Naturae is the 10th edition, which was published in 1758 in English. The full title is System of Nature through the Three Kingdoms of Nature, according to classes, orders, genera, and species, with characters, differences, synonyms, and locations. This is a picture of Carolus Linnaeus, the father of taxonomy, and who worked on binomial nomenclature. So, for now, I'm going to lay this subject to rest, and then you do the exercises, and then we continue and prepare very well for questioning. Have a good day and have a successful time. Gentlemen, we'll draw the curtain on the issue of binomial nomenclature here. Binomial nomenclature, as a summary, involves only generic name and the specific name. The two names are written, all the generic name is written separate, specific name written separately, and then they are underlined if you're writing with your pen or with your hand. but they are typed, you italicize. Only the first letter of the generic name is capitalized. All the other letters, both generic and specific, are in small letter. So this is binomial nomenclature. Carolus Linnaeus is the one that started binomial nomenclature. Look at the exercises, and if you have any question for me, drop it in the comment section below. And if you have comments, drop it down. I want you to like this YouTube channel, share this video, drop comments, and let other people know about this video. I'm going to talk to you some other time. Bye for now.